Hi everyone, Josh from PH Tennis, and this is the Babolat Pure Drive, the latest Pure Drive in a whole range. I found it's been going on for a long time. I've been a Pure Drive user since I was about 14, so going on for almost 20 years of Pure Drive action, and I love it for the power. It is just pure power. It's a bit of a sledgehammer. It's super stiff, super strong, and that's why I really like it. But we've gone out there with our whole team of coaches to try it, to review it, to compare it against other power rackets on the market, and also the other frames that you can get now. The aesthetic, obviously Pure Drive has always been blue. This one no different. It's nice, and I think it's a nice matte blue. I don't think it's not a wow paint job, but there's nothing wrong with it. No one's gonna look at it and go, oh, it's ugly. And also, Babolat very kindly, for those people who love to match, I've got a whole range of Pure Drive products, as shown now by my model. So you've got a hat, you've got a hoodie, you've got sweatbands, shoes, and a cap. Beautiful, thanks for that. So the Pure Drive range is complete. It starts from the super light and goes all the way up to a tall version. That's quite straightforward. Each weight goes up by 15 grams. We're going to be play testing the 300 grams, which is kind of the most popular weight for the Pure Drive. They're all 100 square inch heads. They're all 16-19 string patterns, and they all have similar playability in terms of the elliptical frame. As you can see, the frame's very thick and round, which gives it structure and strength. So you get a lot of stability when you contact the ball, and it's that stiffness on contact that gives you the access to the power. So that's kind of what we're going to be looking for. We're going to go on court with our team of coaches. We're going to test it out, and we'll let you know how we get on.
Testing the Babolat Pure Drive. Now this is Babolat's kind of power racket. It's the stiffest in the range, and a little side note, it's my racket. It's a racket I've used since I was 14, 15 years old, so I'm really comfortable with it. I understand the limitations that it has, which we'll talk about, but I also really love the benefits, and the benefits are big.
Without a doubt, it is very, very powerful. I think that if you've got a short compact swing and you want easy access to power, can't go wrong.
Being so stiff and chunky with a lot of structure in the throat, it means as you contact the ball, the racket stays strong. So you get really easy access to power. You get very little dwell time, but you do get a lot of punch, a lot of pop when you contact the ball. So that works great, especially when you're defending. Actually, people often think power racket must be good for attacking players. Not necessarily. Because it's a power racket, it allows you to access power easily. So when you're defending, maybe with a short, more counter-punching swing, using pushes, using punches, jabs, those sorts of feelings, this racket's going to really come into its own and give you a lot of support when doing it.
It's a bit too much of a sledgehammer for me. I don't feel like I get enough feel. So if I'm whacking the ball from the back of the court and that's my aim, then great. But as soon as I've got to adapt and I've got to show a little bit more guile and use the racket in different ways, that's where I think it falls short of something like the E-zone, or in fact the head boom.
On the kind of flip side to that, when it's time to accelerate the ball, when the ball is mid-court, slow, and you've got time, it's a hard beast to master. It's hard to control. There's very little flex, if any, in the racket, so there's little control to be had.
Stiff as a rod. So you get loads of power, but you don't get a lot of that softness that you sometimes need when playing an all-court game. Very good if you want to hit big, probably not great if you want to play from all over the court in different ways.
You need to really master creating spin and playing, adding pace to the ball with a Pure Drive. But when you do, and you find a way of adapting to use it, all those benefits we said at the top, counter-punching and using the pace on the ball effectively, more than make up for it. But those people who maybe aren't used to it and have used a more flexible frame, then coming to try this, you might be like, blimey, I can create all this pace off the ground, but I've lost all my touch and all my feel. And that's really where the trade-off is. You're getting the most power in the easiest way, but you're losing a little bit of that touch and feel.